beautiful rendition of the national anthem. We honor America and get set for the action here tonight. Boys varsity matchup, a MAC Red matchup between the Creuse North Crusaders and the Dakota Cougars. Hello everybody, I'm Brad Fetters for Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Let's meet tonight's starters. First, for the visitors from Creuse North, it'll be number 2, Lorenzo Alfred. Number 4, Juan Caldwell. Number 11, Adam Cook. Number 13, Jacob Davenport. And number 15, Drew Kozel. Crusaders are under the guidance of Jay Seletsky and come in with a record of 5 up, 3 down, 0-2 in MAC Red play. The Dakota Cougars line up this way. 0, Kelvin Watson. Number 2, Gabe Sturkey. Number 3, Levert Lyons Jr. Number 11, freshman Isaiah Hines. And number 12, senior 6'6", Tomias Williams. Cougars are coached by Paul Toko and come in with a record of 4-4, 2-1 in MAC Red play. Well, last time we saw this Cougars squad, they were on the losing end of a tough ball game against Chippewa Valley, 45-44 the final in that one. The Big Reds off to a perfect 3-0 mark now in MAC Red play. Dakota looking up at them in the standings, 1 game behind at 2-1. Looking to hold serve tonight here on their home floor. Cougars clad in their home white jerseys with green numerals. Creuse North all in black with gold numbers and trim on those road jerseys. Packed crowd here tonight. Should be a good one. Both teams look to kind of get their footing now in league play. Tomias Williams, a 6'6" senior, to tip things off, coming off a 13-point, 10-rebound performance in their most recent win, a 64-40 performance against Grosse Pointe South. That victory over the Blue Devils got Dakota back on track. Tomias Williams leading all scorers in that game with 13 points. Isaiah Hines, a Levert Lyons Jr., chipped in with 9. Gabe Sturkey also had a terrific ball game with 8 points and 10 rebounds. Juan Caldwell to tip things up for Creuse North, and talking to his head coach Jay Seletsky prior to the start of tonight's game, he said Caldwell is pretty much his best all-around player. So that's a matchup down low really to pay attention to here tonight, Caldwell and Williams. Williams wins the tip. Isaiah Hines, a freshman, with the basketball. Backcourt will feature him along with Levert Lyons Jr. Williams dumping it down low to Sturkey. Back over to Williams, gets it to fall. First points of the ball game belong to Tomias Williams. Dakota leads 2-0. Juan Caldwell picks up his dribble. Hines guarding him. The handoff comes to Adam Cook. Hook. Alfred catches at the free throw line. Quick turnover. Sturkey comes away with the steal. Watson goes behind the back. Watson works his way around a screen. Little pull-up's no good. Williams tapped it back up onto the rim. Doesn't get it to fall. Sturkey follows that up with a miss of his own. Tapped out of bounds by Creuse North. Ball will stay with the Cougars. Watson in the corner, dumps it down low to Williams. Battling with Caldwell. And Creuse North comes away with the turnover. Quickly up the floor. Cook cuts in. Cook hangs. Can't get it to fall. Tough luck miss. Followed up with another miss there by Jacob Davenport. LCN snake bit through the early goings. And a block shot there. Out in transition, a little 2-on-1. Caldwell up ahead. Alfred couldn't get it to fall. And now we're going to get traveling call against Dakota. LCN head coach Jay Seletsky admitted to me as they go inside to Caldwell. He said they're really good in transition. He said they're just struggling right now to get anything going in their half-court sets. We'll see if that's true once again here tonight. Watson from deep, no good. Sturkey battles for it. He might have got knocked into the mouth. He checks for blood. Appears that there isn't any. And LCN comes away with the basketball. Lorenzo Alfred, the junior, has it. Top of the key. Catching it at the free throw line and immediately hoisting Juan Caldwell, the first 4 points of the ball game for the Crusaders, as they lead it 4-2 with 6 minutes remaining in the first. Watson catches it right on the logo. Hines, a little alley-oop play to Sturkey. Sturkey couldn't catch it cleanly. He taps his chest as to say, my bad. Last touch by the Crusaders. The Cougars will trigger from underneath their basket. 5:53 left to go. LCN in front, 4-2. Williams throws it in to Watson, gives it right back to Williams. Immediately draws a double team, able to pass out of it. Hines unable to hit, but Sturkey that comes away with it once again. Williams banging down low over to Sturkey. Sturkey gets harmed and will shoot 2 at the charity line. So you get the sense through the early portions of this ball game that Dakota likes their size down low and are going to want to bang bodies. Jacob Davenport now comes over to the bench. Apparently he's bleeding, so he's going to get checked on by the LCN staff. And we'll check the floor for any blood. There doesn't appear to be any. Sturkey, 6'4", power forward, and gets the first to fall. Second is good as well. So knotted up at 4 points apiece. 5:40 now left to go, first quarter of play. Cook has it. Caught at the free throw line once again by Kuki. Kuki traveled. Now check that. They're going to get Kuki for an offensive foul. Thought he might have traveled. Instead, they'll call the offensive foul. Hines. Steal. Lorenzo Alfred. Nice job getting back is Watson. Watson over to Hines. Isaiah, the younger brother of Josh Hines. Levert Lyons hoist, can't get the fall. Sturkey goes up, and it's Tamias Williams that cleans it up. Williams quickly with 4 points. Ozell, number 15 in black, back into the corner this time for Kuki. Drives baseline, oh, he fell hard on his tailbone. Oh, as he collided hard with Sturkey. Boy, oh boy, you could hear that as he went down to the hardwood. He fell directly on his tailbone. And this LCN staff, along with Dakota, is going to check in on his well-being. Jay Seletsky as well is going to walk over to the junior. Kuki went up and had his legs taken out from underneath him as Sturkey was trying to draw the charge. Collision happened directly underneath the basket. Kuki fell directly on his back, pretty much on his tailbone, and that is pretty much what they're looking at right now as they are trying to manipulate his hips. Scary fall to the floor. And you can see he is moving his legs. So while they continue to check in on him, kind of get into some specifics regarding this LCN squad. Coming off 3 straight losses, including those 2 to start league play, as the referee's going to direct both teams off the floor. LCN's most recent loss, a 56-53 loss at home to Chippewa Valley. And Coach Seletsky, talking to me about that ball game, said they outperformed Chippewa Valley in every statistical category accept the final score. That was a game he thought his team really probably could have and should have won. They also dropped a 57-45 contest to Grosse Pointe South and a 57-46 loss to Lakeshore. So 3 straight losses coming into play tonight. Connor Kuki is rolled over onto his back now. Both athletic trainers continue to check him out. So LCN losers of 3 straight. Talked about Dakota losing that game to Chippewa Valley and rebounding nicely with a win over Grosse Pointe South to come in with a record of 3-2 here at home. Going to help Kuki up now to his feet. All the assistant coaches gather around him as well. And he's going to head immediately to the locker room. Very scary collision and fall to the floor. Hope that young man is okay. Can't imagine he'll return to this basketball game, but at this point has the least of his worries. So back to live action now with 4:45 left to go in the first quarter. Dakota in front 6-4. Possession will stay with L'Anse Creuse North. It'll be Drew Kozel to trigger. Kozel looks for Alfred. Instead goes up top to Caldwell. Gets it right back. Triple try. Corner pocket's good. Drew Kozel, the sophomore, pushes LCN out ahead. 7-6 their lead. Hines trapped right at the timeline. Up ahead to Sturkay. Hands off. Back up top to Watson, looking for the 3 of his own. Tapped around and controlled now by DeMar Howard. DeMar Howard wears number 23 in black, hanging, unable to hit, draws contact, and they'll send Adam Cook to the line to shoot 2. It's an LCN squad that finished last year's wacky season that was paused many times throughout the regular season due to COVID. They finished the year with a 5-8 record, 3-5 in the combined MAC red-white play. But more importantly, it was their JV squad a year ago that went undefeated, including in MAC red play. 10 players from that JV squad are now playing at the varsity level. So this is a very young, inexperienced squad with just 3 returning players from varsity, and most of those 3 returners really not logging many varsity minutes a year ago. Kelvin Watson, straight down the chute, knocks down the 3. 9-9 your score. Very entertaining brand of basketball through the early goings of this first quarter. These 2 teams know each other well. Long range 2 is good. Up the right-hand stroke of Juan Caldwell. Caldwell quickly with 6 points. All 3 from the floor. Isaiah Hines catches over to the Levert Lions Jr. It's a really good backcourt for the Cougars this year. Whatever you can get out Kelvin Watson's an added bonus. Euro step, lays it up, lays it in. Adam Cook. Dribbling off his foot, Tobias Williams out of bounds. Possession over to LCN. Crusader faithful have made the short trip down 21 Mile Road. They're making some noise in support of their squad. Cougar bench asking for some noise now on the defensive end. Cook picks up his dribble, floats a very dangerous pass into the paint. Lorenzo Alford catches, and it's knocked away by Williams. Look out, he lifts up and throws it down. And there's a charge call, easy one to make, as DeMar Howard was out of control. Both teams looking for some subs. .22 into the game for the Crusaders. DeAndre Scott, 5'10" senior, into the game for the Cougars. Hines able to alter as he hung up in the air long enough to get the shot off. He hangs and hits 13 all. 2.5 minutes remaining in what has been an absolute brilliantly played first quarter of play. 3 on the way is good. Knocking it home. Drew Kozel, his second triple of the first quarter. Lions being harassed. A little 3-guard rotation now. Ill-advised pass. Caldwell comes away with the steal. Caldwell lays it off the front iron. And it's Drew Kozel. Johnny on the spot to clean up the miss with a make. 18-13. Little 5-0 run here out of LCN. Dumping it down low. Ume goes up. He can't get it to go, but Williams off the front iron. Tamias Williams with 8 points in this first frame. It has been an absolute battle. Caldwell. And we're going to get a foul on the floor, a hold. Juan Caldwell saying, I was in the act of shooting that. I don't think he's going to win that argument. They're going to say the foul occurred on the floor. Caldwell still saying he was shooting. So it'll be the first foul on Williams. Just the second on the Cougars. An inbound pass was tipped. Behind the behind the back pass rather. Caldwell, pull-up jumper off the back heel. DeMar Hurd comes down with it. And we're gonna get a foul on the floor. Dakota bench wanted a travel call. Hurd asked for it. Instead, the Cougars come away with the steal. Olin Colpert gonna wave off the basket and call an offensive foul. Coach Toko can't believe the call. He's seeking clarification from somebody. Colpert gonna check back out. So it was a short stint on the floor for him, replaced in the lineup by Kelvin Watson. Lorenzo Alford looks over at his visitors' bench, receives some instructions from his head coach, Jay Seletsky. Into the corner. Caldwell catches. Kozel hoists. Just wide left. Ball sails out of bounds. Last touch by the Crusaders. Dario Lucci into the game now for the Cougars. He wears 4 in white. We'll give Isaiah Hines a little bit of a break. DeAndre Scott gonna run the point. Up ahead to Watson. Watson into the corner. Williams sticks out the big left paw, goes up strong with the right, and can't get it to fall. Lorenzo Alfred slowly walks it across the timeline. Being guarded by Watson. Alfred yo-yos the basketball between the rings. Now goes to his right side. Defense sags off him just a bit. Has his pocket picked by DeAndre Scott. Up ahead to Williams, who throws it down with the flush. 10 points for Williams. Couple highlight reel dunks. Has his home crowd buzzing. LCN though on the road. Gonna look to get the final shot of the quarter up. This will go. Count if it goes, it does not. And that will do it. 8 minutes in the books. We'll catch our breath and take a break here on Chippewa Valley Cable. 18-17, Lance Creuse North out in front. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter of play. Don't go anywhere.
1 in 7 teenagers surveyed have reported using prescription drugs to get high. This means using medications that were not prescribed to them. Many teenagers say they can easily get prescription drugs from their family's medicine cabinets or in homes of relatives and friends. Prescription drug abuse is the second leading cause of accidental death in the U.S. Properly dispose of unused medication and secure your prescription drugs.
Welcome back to Dakota High School. Brad Fetters for Chippewa Valley Cable Television. The Crusaders on the road, clinging to an 18-17 lead over the Dakota Cougars. And wow, what a first quarter of play. Drew Kozel knocking down a couple triples in that first quarter for LCN. He's led the way in scoring for the Crusaders with 8 points. And then Tamias Williams, what an effort out of him. 10 points. 10 of the 17 points for the Dakota Cougars in that first quarter of play, including 2 huge dunks. So it'll be LCN to possess the basketball here to start the second quarter of play. Cook working his way around the defender, catches. Being harassed there by Watson. Cook sets a screen now for Drew Kozel. Kozel dumping it down low, going up, looking for the slam dunk. I don't think Howard caught that ball cleanly. LCN bench wanting a foul call, don't get it. Williams floats the pass over to Watson. Watson eyes the three, can't get it to fall. Battle for it, Lucci comes away with it. Caldwell up ahead, Kozel lays it up and lays it in. A little finger roll there for the super sophomore. DeAndre Scott calls out the play, sends Lucci in motion. They're gonna swap spots with Watson. Lucci comes around the screen, on the curl, telegraphed the pass, stepping in. Cook nearly came away with the steal. Lucci has it. And now Tamias Williams. I think Tamias Williams either ripped his jersey or is bleeding. The referee told Williams he's got to come out of the game. Coach Toko asking what the matter is. I think it's a jersey issue. And it looks like he may have a little bit of blood on the jersey top. So they're going to do their best to either put something over top that, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to put some tape over top of the blood and allow Williams to check back into this ball game. It'll be Sturkai to check in for Williams. Hines getting ready to come back in as well for the Cougars. Watson stepped through. Lucci tried to do the same. Got bodied up along the floor. Foul occurred on the floor. 5th team foul on LCN. I'm going to say it was in the act of shooting. Wow. I'm surprised. I am shocked that they called that a shooting foul. So put Lucci to the line. I think Jay Seletsky, the head coach of LCN, his thought process is the same along with mine. So no harm, no foul in the first. Rufus Hamilton, number 25, checks in for Lance Creuse North. Looks like Isaiah Hines is going to check in for the shooter, so he'll remain at the scorer's table. Lucci splits. And that'll allow Hines to check back in. Adam Cook. Battle down low as Hamilton comes around on the curl. He has it now. It's a good matchup between Hamilton and Michael Ume. Hamilton unable to catch that ball cleanly. They'll say last touch by the Crusaders. Hines, little hesitation dribble. Dumps it down low to Williams. Turnaround jumper's no good. Caldwell rips it down. Caldwell looks up floor. Streaks, big first step. Can't get it to fall, takes a spill. Glides down the floor. And once again, they'll say last touch by LCN. Two teams beginning to clamp down just a little bit on the defensive end. It's an LCN offense. It's averaging 60 points per game, just giving up 44. So getting it done on both ends. Williams dumps the pass off, playing through contact, no call. Sturkai back in. This time he replaces Michael Ume on the floor for Dakota. Rufus Hamilton cut off there by Watson. LCN floats it around the perimeter. Handoff. Into the corner, Cook. Very patient offensive set here for LCN. Cook looks up, dump off, just short. Kozel unable to get it to go. Williams floats a pass up to Watson. Watson puts on the brakes, goes to Hines. Hines goes up with a runner. Might have been banged into just a bit, no call. Kozel thought about the three, drives the lane instead, makes contact with Sturkai. That's the second charge that Sturkai has drawn already tonight. He suffers the abuse to get those calls as he comes up grimacing just a bit. That's his specialty on the defensive end. He draws charges by the handful. Gonna get Kozel there for the foul, his first. LCN now with 16 fouls. Watson fires a quick chest pass to Hines. Hines operating between the rings. Pull-up jumper's good. 5'7" freshman's gonna be a good one. His brother sure was. Alfred, bullet pass to Kozel. Dumps it inside to Hamilton. Hamilton answers right back. Little two-man game between Hines and Williams. Now over to Watson. Watson into the corner. Levert Lyons Jr. skies and dunks it home. Lions' first bucket of the game. Some high risers in this one. 22 all your score. 3:25 left in the first half. Kozel, hesitation. Cook goes up with the ball fake. Cook floats and hits. First look at this LCN squad, and they look pretty legit. This has a much better pace of play than the Chippewa Valley game had, and now Sturkai gets called for a travel. This LCN team, the last couple years, just haven't had the athleticism to hang around with Dakota. They would often have to employ some tricks, some half-court, full-court pressure, holding on to the basketball. A lot of different things in hopes of trying to pull the upset against the Dakota Cougars. But guess what? This year it looks like they got a squad that can hang. Caldwell, corner pockets long. Kozel comes down with the offensive rebound. Drew Kozel is a difference maker right now for LCN. He's got 12 points. Tobias Williams looks for the answer. His three-pointer short. Tapped back out to him. Levert Lyons Jr. for three. Off the back iron. Adam Cook comes down with the rebound. Now whistle blows, and The plate that is set up for the volleyball net had come loose. Good observation there by one of the officials, as that could have been extremely dangerous. Essentially had a big pothole out there. Hosell launches and hits. He is on fire. That's his third triple of the game. Largest lead of the night for LCN, 29-22. Tobias Williams backing down his defender, goes up with a fadeaway jumper, no good. Lorenzo Alfred comes down with the defensive rebound. Adam Cook up ahead. Cook able to get back in time as Levert Lyons Jr. nearly came away with the steal. Caldwell dumping it down low. Telegraphed the pass. Williams losing that long frame to come away with the steal. And Levert Lyons Jr. follows up the miss with a make. 29-24. Minute 35 left to go in the first half. Pull-up jumper from Cook, no good. Tobias Williams up ahead. And getting back defensively to come away with the block shot. And now the foul is going to occur on the floor. It'll still result in free throws. So this will be a 1-and-1. Isaiah Hines to the line. 29-24. LCN on the road, out in front. High arcing freebies, no good. Rufus Hamilton comes down with the board. Over to Caldwell, up ahead, into the corner. Cozell draws the double team. Hamilton passes out of it. Alfred has it now and will slow things down. Adam Cook straight away into the paint. Need to get out. Caldwell going to get called for a 3-second violation. Easy call for the official to make, as Caldwell pretty much camped himself out in the paint. Hines, under a minute now in the first half. Levert Lyons Jr. Tobias Williams dumps it into the corner. Three on the way, it's good. Owen Colpert. 29-27. Caldwell to Hamilton. Hamilton thought about the three. Cook down low to Alfred. Good ball movement by the Crusaders. Up and under attempt by Caldwell. Might have been partially blocked. Williams to Levert Lyons Jr. Lyons Jr. 6 points in the second quarter. Tie score, 29-29. Cozell to Cook. Cook, line drive shot, no good. Hines dribbles it off his knee. Caldwell with the offensive rebound. The putback's no good. The tapback's no good. Caldwell, third chance. Buzzer sounds. And that will do it for the first half of play. Or we got a late foul call. Hold on 1 second. Dakota bench can't believe it. 6-team foul. Now they're going to ask and they're going to talk about it. Officials come together. Was Caldwell in the act of putting a shot up? I think he was. If you're going to call this foul, you got to say he was in the act of putting the ball back up. Because there was a battle for it on the glass. The officials come together. I think we have a final decision. So this will be an untimed 1-and-1. No, this will be 2 shots rather. I'm sorry, 2 shots in the act of shooting, of course. And they'll actually put some time back up on the clock as well. So Caldwell will get 2 shots at the line. First is good. One more free throw coming up here for Caldwell. Second is good as well. So that will more than likely be the difference. And it will be 31-29 your score. The two Juan Caldwell free throws here at the end of the first half, the difference. As we get a look back at some of the first half highlights and what was an outstanding half of play. And the Crusaders on the road, clinging to a 31-29 halftime lead. We'll take a quick break here on Chippewa Valley Cable, but when we come back, it'll be the start of the second half of play.
40% of teenagers surveyed thought that using someone else's prescription medications was perfectly safe, but the truth is prescription overdoses increased 25% in the last 3 years, and it's become the second leading cause of accidental death in the United States. If you have unused medications at home, know that there are safe disposal methods. Contact your sheriff's office or log on to the FDA website. Secure your drugs, and let's prevent teenage prescription drug abuse.
Chippewa Valley Cable Television coming to you from high atop the gymnasium here at Dakota High School. Calling the action, boys, Mac Red, Varsity Basketball, Dakota Cougars and Lance Creuse North Crusaders. Nearly set to go second half of play. And it's the LCN Crusaders on the road in front 31-29, led by sophomore Drew Kozel's 15 points. He matches his uniform number in the first half. As the Crusaders in front. Tobias Williams, 10 points to lead all Cougars in scoring. Unfortunately for him, all 10 of those points were scored in the first quarter. As LCN eventually outscores Dakota in the second quarter, 13-12. And really, that was the difference in that first half of play. Isaiah Hines and the Cougars with the very first possession of the second half. Sturkey holds the ball high above his head. Tobias Williams able to get it over to Lyons Jr. Lyons Jr. drives in, follows up his miss with a make. Back to knot it up, 31 apiece. Adam Cook, he has 6 points for LCN, part of that secondary scoring. Good dump inside, DeMar Howard. He's off to Schneid, his first bucket of the game. Connor Kuki, who went down awkwardly on his tailbone, is out of the locker room. He's got an ice pack on the lower half of his back, walking gingerly. He has legs cut out from him, went down awkwardly onto the floor. And Sturkey again, drawing contact and drawing the charge call. Third charge call picked up by Sturkey. DeMar Howard's third personal foul, and nearly came away with his fourth, and instead they're going to call a travel. Howard went in for that kind of do or die strip and got the Cougar to travel. Dangerously close to picking up his fourth personal. Walking it over to the half-court line. Cook picks up his dribble, dumps it inside to Howard on the elbow. Howard drives inside. A little bit of contact initiated by Sturkai, and it'll send Lorenzo Alford to the line to shoot two. Sturkai, that kind of gritty player that every team really needs. Not afraid to get down and dirty on the post. Alford unable to hit on the first. We'll get another look here at the Sturkai foul. Just his first. So he's played a clean basketball game and picking up all those charging calls. Howard skied to get the rebound. They're going to say last touch by Williams. Home crowd beside themselves. They can't believe that call. They thought for sure it went off of Howard last. Cozell the trigger. Caldwell trying to work his way around Williams. Instead, the pass comes all the way out to Alfred. Now they'll get the ball into the hands of Caldwell. Poked away momentarily by Williams. Caldwell right in front of his visitor's bench. Dumps it into the corner for Cook. Cook one-on-one with Lyons. And it's now Lyons that comes away with the steal. Lyons coast to coast off the front iron and no good. Blown opportunity there for Dakota. Little 2-on-1. Caldwell goes up, no good. Howard rips it down. 3 on the way. Off the front iron and down. Kind shooter's touch for Adam Cook. Sturkai, 2's good. Caldwell hoists and hits. Back-to-back triples for the LCN offense. Lead back up to 6, 39-33. Hines yo-yos. Goes over to Lyons Jr. Inside to Sturkai. And we're gonna get a push called on Caldwell. His second. Watson to inbound. They'll put Cook on him. Make that pass a little tougher, no problem for him. Hines trying to work his way around the screen. Goes into the corner for Williams. Pass was intended there for Lyons, tapped out of bounds by Cook. Play call comes in from the bench. Sturkai holds the ball above his head, goes up with the ball fake. Lyons Jr. dumps it down to Tomias Williams. He's a player offensively that's got to pick it up here for the Cougars, and he does just that. Hadn't scored since the first quarter. Cook into the corner for Cozell. Cozell defers right back to Cook. Cozell for 3, good! Oh boy, LCN starting to heat up. 3 triples in this third quarter. Hines, a little step back 3 off the back heel, no good. Caldwell goes up and brings it down. Caldwell out in transition. Caldwell up and down. And they're gonna call, well, let's see here. Are they gonna count the basket? They're gonna say Caldwell with a jump stop. And they're gonna count the bucket. Wow. So the basket is good, and Caldwell will get the and one. An opportunity to open up this LCN lead to 10. And he does just that, 45-35. 10-point lead now for the Crusaders on the road. Alfred comes away with it momentarily. Ball bouncing around. Seletsky asks for a timeout, and he gets it granted to him. Saves the possession arrow for down the road. LCN with all the momentum here in this third quarter. A 14-6 run to start this third frame has the Crusaders out in front 45-35. Other games being played tonight in the MAC Red. Stevenson on the road taking on Grosse Pointe South. The Big Reds at Chippewa Valley taking on Roseville. That's a home game for Roseville as they look to get back on track in the MAC Red. As we mentioned, Chippewa Valley out to a perfect 3-0 record. It beat both of these teams. Dakota, a 1-point loss to the Big Reds. Elsian, a 3-point loss to Chippewa Valley. So you got Chippewa Valley at 3-0, Dakota at 2-1, followed by Roseville at 1-1, Grosse Pointe at 1-2. Stevenson has had some COVID issues. They're 0-1 in league play. And L'Anse Creuse North, of course, off to that 0-2 start. But they do not look like a team that is going to spend a lot of time in the basement of the MAC Red. This team looks legit and might just be finding their groove. Kozel with the offensive rebound. Short hands it. Howard goes up and he's fouled. This is a very tenacious team on the glass. Sturkey's third personal. DeMar Howard will go to the line to shoot 2. Sturkey is going to have to come out of this game. He'll be replaced on the floor by Michael Ume. Howard's first, no good. It's an LCN team that still kind of looking for their point guard. They don't have a true point guard that can bring it up and down the floor, and they're kind of going with a little bit of a committee and looking to get out in transition. Cook down on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor LCN. Cougar faithful growing impatient right now with the referees. Dakota bench arguing that call on the far side official. Cook has it, goes to his left. Lorenzo Alfred now. Back to Cook. LCN very patient with the basketball, and why not? Big 10-point lead with 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Cook, a little pick and roll with Howard. Howard splits a couple defenders. Had his shot altered there by Williams. Howard asked for timeout. Did he get it granted to him? Let's see. Coach Toko asking what the call is. Jay Seletsky kind of laughing. And the timeout is granted.
Last two North called a 30-second timeout.
So a little bit of confusion there. As Howard hit the deck, you could see he motioned for a timeout. The whistle was blown, and you would have thought it was an easy timeout call to be made. Delay from that official, and Dakota bench asking, well, what's the call? And finally, they're told it was, in fact, a 30-second timeout. So just 3 timeouts now remaining for LCN. Possession saving timeout called by the Crusaders. Mentioned this LCN offense averaging 60 points per game. Dakota well under that at 52. Oh boy, Isaiah Hines now hurt. As Adam Cook knocks down the 3. And Isaiah Hines went down behind the play. I don't know if it was a screen that was set, a little knee-to-knee contact that forced Isaiah Hines down. So he holds that left knee area. Adam Cook knocked down the triple. And that is the 3rd injury we have seen tonight, 2nd in the boys' game, to go along with an injury in the girls' game. Isaiah Hines clearly in a lot of pain. His father, Joe Hines, one of the assistant coaches on the Dakota sideline, comes over to check in on his son. The student section holds their collective breath. LCN out in front by 13. Perhaps a bit of a surprise on paper. You take a look at this LCN squad, and they come in with that 5-3 record. Losers of 3 straight, 0-2 in conference play, but they have played some excellent basketball as Hines slowly makes his way off the floor. You hope the young man can make his way back into this game. So he finally makes his way to the bench. We'll keep an eye on him. He can make his way to the locker room, in fact. Owen Colpert. Williams goes up with the right hand, no good. And we got a foul. Michael Ume. Foul is called on Adam Cook. His second personal, third team foul on the Crusaders. Low line driving, Ume free throws no good, off the back iron. Big moment in this basketball game for the Dakota Cougars as Ume misses both. And now a steal, and it's Tamias Williams. Little three-quarter court pressure being applied by Dakota. Adding a little bit of a wrinkle now for LCN to think about. Caleb Thomas out on the floor. He wears number 22 in black. A little hesitation. Kick it out top. Straightaway three is good. Shooters roll. Drew Kozel, his 5th shot from distance. 21 points for Kozel. Gonna get Cook, that's his 3rd. And he's gonna have to come out of the basketball game. Replaced in the lineup by Howard. Mar Howard, he too in a little bit of foul trouble with 3 personals. 14-point lead for LCN. 6 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Tamias Williams. Little fall away, no good. And out of bounds, last touch by the Cougars. Searching for something offensively is Dakota. Caleb Thomas. Cross-court pass, gets it right back. Thomas eyes the 3, wants the 3, got the 3! (54-37), all LCN here in this 3rd quarter. 6 triples in the 3rd. Nice step through by Lyons Jr. to kind of stop the momentum for LCN just momentarily. 30-second timeout called by Dakota. 15-point advantage for LCN here on the road. Kozel with 21, Cook with 12, Caldwell now with 14. 3 players in double digits for Jay Seletsky and the LCN Crusaders. Back to the drawing board for Dakota. As we get another look here at the Cougar lay-in by Levert Lyons Jr. Lyons Jr. with 10. Williams with 14. 2 Dakota Cougars in double digits. But there, you look up and down this lineup and you don't find any sort of secondary scoring. Isaiah Hines, who's gone down with an injury, has 4. Culprit with 3. Sturkai with just 2. Watson knocked down a 3 back in the first quarter, but that's all he's scored here tonight. Caleb Thomas. Over to Kozel from the right wing. Back up top to Alfred. Kozel, little 2-man ball with Alfred. Howard catches at the free throw line, and now a steal. Up ahead to Scott, and it's going to be the official from behind the play that's going to call that. I'm going to say Scott was fouled in the act of going up for that layup. Coach Toko saying the ball went in. And now the officials are going to talk about this. Did the initial shot from Scott go in? So they'll wave off any basket that was made and give DeAndre Scott 2 free throws. Scott's first is through. Second goes home as well. Full court pressure now being played by the Cougars. Dangerous pass is intercepted. Pull-up jumper, no good. Battle for it. Swatted out of there. Third, fourth opportunity. Finally, Howard comes down with it. Howard's got to move it. He does just that. Up ahead to Caldwell, who throws it down and then lifts himself up, and he's going to get called for the technical. He does a chin up on the rim and gets called for the technical foul. You just can't do that. You can hang if there's somebody underneath you, but you can't do a chin up on the rim. 2-shot technical. LCN side's gonna complain. It's a clear technical foul, guys. The basket counts. So get a good look at it there. You can hang on the rim if you have a defender underneath you that prevents you from coming down to the floor cleanly. But you can't get your exercise in on the rim. So 2 technical free throws for Lyons, who knocks them both down. And it'll be Dakota basketball with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Seen some fireworks tonight. Seen some shots from distance. We've seen some big dunks. Myas Williams over to Lyons. Lyons spins into the paint, hits the floater. That was a 4-point trip. Lyons, 8 points in the quarter, gives him a team high 14. Caldwell, Dakota, gonna have to hurry. Watson, little touch pass. And they're gonna get a foul called. 1.8 seconds. Gonna call Kozel. It's his third, team 7th. So bonus basketball the rest of the way for the Cougars. This will be a 2-shot foul. Williams gonna shoot him. Spins the ball once, goes straight up. Alan Browning, number 14 in for Dakota. First look at him. Isaiah Hines back on the bench, and there's a tip in. Beating the buzzer, Michael Ume. And the Cougars unwilling to go away quietly. after 3 quarters. It is LCN 56, Dakota 48. Just an 8-point lead now for the Crusaders. We'll take a quick break here on Chippewa Valley Cable. But when we come back, the exciting conclusion of this varsity MAC Red contest.
Let's clear the smoke about marijuana. Marijuana and teens, what research tells us.
Did you know that marijuana can negatively affect a teen's ability to learn?
A teen who uses is 4 times more likely to report D grades.
A teen that uses marijuana is 2 times more likely to drop out of school.
Marijuana is not safe.
Marijuana is not safe for our kids. Mobilizing Michigan, protecting our kids from marijuana.
An offensive explosion in the 3rd quarter for LCN as they outscore the Dakota Cougars 25-19. Extend a 2-point halftime lead up to 8. It was Dakota that closed strong at the tail end of that 3rd quarter to work themselves back into this ball game, trailing now just by single digits. And it'll be the Cougars that come out of the break with the basketball. It'll be DeAndre Scott. We mentioned they are without the service of Isaiah Hines, who went down in that 3rd quarter with a leg injury. He's back on the bench, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to play. Inside, terrific drive along the baseline by Lyons. Caldwell going the opposite way. He gets tied up, and they're going to call it a shooting foul. Cougars can't believe it. From my vantage point, high atop the gymnasium here along the track, that looked like a clean block. Couldn't really tell if something happened along the body, but just in terms of a block shot, it looked pretty clean. Let's get another look at it. Nice job by our live truck. Yeah, maybe along the body. Maybe along the body. Nice job of the referees. Jim Calderon, Jeff Amacucci in the live truck, pressing all the right buttons tonight. Working inside, double clutched, couldn't hit. Tough luck there for Ume. Kozel slaps the basketball. He has been feeling it all night long. LCN just got to slow things down. And why not? 9-point lead with 7:14 remaining. This would be a big win for LCN. First league win of the season, perhaps, as they're off to an 0-2 start in league play. Tapped around, intercept. Scott up ahead, laying it up off the finger roll of Ert Lyons Jr. Dakota didn't get back defensively. And it's going to be Cougar basketball. For some reason, Kozel didn't grab that rebound, and it went out of bounds. That was last touch by LCN. Wheels starting to wobble just a bit on the LCN bus. DeAndre Scott walks it up. Ume into the corner. They dump it down low to Williams. Williams through a double team. He hits and one. Tamias Williams. An opportunity to make this a 2-possession game. "17 points for the 6'6" senior. Coming off a double-double and their win over Grosse Pointe South. Well on his way again here tonight. 57-53. Quick 5-1 run, and they're going to wave off the shot. They're going to say the foul occurred on the floor. As Caleb Thomas was pretty much clothesline. Foul called on DeAndre Scott, his first, just the team's 5th. So Dakota still has 1 foul to give. It'll be Lorenzo Alfred with Caldwell. Cook, dangerous pass, it's intercepted. DeAndre Scott outlets it. Can't connect. Oh, boy. Not the pass the Cougars needed there. Gotta value the basketball. No point outletting it there. He's gonna get some instructions from his assistant coach. Joe Hines, arm around the young man, letting him know that pass was not necessary. And now Howard dribbles it off his foot. As we mentioned, this is an LCN squad that is very inexperienced at the varsity level. They have 10 players that are really getting a taste of their first MAC Red play. Can they close this game out on the road? Tobias Williams up ahead. A little alley-oop to Ume. 57-55. Will LCN call timeout? It is all Dakota right now. Jay Seletsky electing to have his troops play on. 5:42 remaining, and now he's going to call timeout. They were all discombobulated. The home crowd making some noise. What a game here tonight. 18 points for Tobias Williams, 16 for Levert Lyons Jr. Pacing the way with 21, Drew Kozel. But this LCN squad has been quiet in the fourth quarter as they have allowed the Dakota Cougars to outscore them here in the fourth frame, 7-1. They're holding on for dear life. Everything you could have hoped for and more here on a Tuesday night from Dakota. LCN's future schedule looks like this. Back-to-back home games coming up against Roseville and Grosse Pointe South. As for the Cougars, they'll go on the road for their next game in a couple nights, as they will take on Sterling Heights Stevenson before coming back home next week to take on the Roseville Panthers, as we really start to hit our stride now in league play. So here we go, two teams coming out of the timeout. It'll be Adam Cook in front of his visitors bench. Throws a pass into Caldwell, steps through, gonna get a foul on the floor. It'll be the sixth team foul on the Cougars, as Coach Toko throws down his whiteboard. He can't believe that call. Foul occurred on the floor, boys. We're not shooting free throws. And it'll be Alfred now. Along the baseline, standing right on top of the tee in Dakota. Holds the ball out. Finally finds Kozel. Three on the way. Misses short. Might have been deflected just a little bit by Levert Lyons. What a reach around pass. Howard able to find Caldwell. Hines has it. Goes over to Williams. Slows things down. Cross court pack to Lyons. Good to see Isaiah Hines back in the ball game. Offensive rebound and a tap in by Williams. Isaiah Hines, who hurt himself in the third quarter, back out on the floor for Dakota. Where's 11 in white? Cook over to Kozel. 59-57, LCN in front. Howard trying to bleed off some clock. Cook drives the lane. Somehow able to get that circus shot up. It doesn't go, but he'll shoot two. Attacking the net. That was the plan there for LCN, and it was Adam Cook, the junior, that got away with it. Drove the lane, somehow was able to get the shot up, got fouled in the process, and we'll shoot two. Just get the sense that this one's gonna come right down to the wire. We saw a crazy conclusion to that Chippewa Valley Dakota game. Dakota had an opportunity to win it at the buzzer, and they couldn't cash in. It's a split at the line for Cook, so the lead just up to three. Watson had it. Hines thought about penetrating, pulled it out instead. Another ill-advised pass, and Cook comes away with the steal. Cook over to Alfred, who slows things down. Cook now between the rings. Cook picks up his dribble. Alfred back to Cook. A little hesitation, draws contact, bounces off a defender and hits. Offense really going through the hands of Adam Cook now. Hines trying to go down low, and another turnover. Some empty possessions there for the Cougars. This would be a big three for LCN if they could hit. They can't. The ball sails out of bounds. Possession over to Dakota. So back-to-back bad offensive possessions for the Cougars. Owen Colpert back in. Replaces Michael Ume. Isaiah Hines coming back from an injury. Offense went through him late in that Chippewa Valley game. This time it's Williams with a turnaround lay-in. 7 points in the fourth quarter for Williams. 12 points in the half. 22 now in the game for the 6'6" senior. Kozel looks up at the big board. 3-point advantage for LCN. 23 left to go in regulation. Caldwell over to Kozel. Bounces it over to Alfred in the corner. Alfred changes directions. Crosses over. Caldwell probes, bounces, hangs, can't hit. Tomias Williams with the rebound. Up ahead to Colpert. Can't get the finish to go. Contact on the floor. 2 free throws coming up for Owen Colpert, the 6'4" junior. Boy, oh boy, that ball just hung on the front of the rim and just refused to fall. But Colpert will try to earn it the hard way at the free throw line. Spins the ball in his hands, 1 dribble, goes up with the first, can't hit. Free throws, the name of the game. We've seen so many high school teams struggle at the line late in games. Colpert has been stuck on 3 points. Make it 4 now as the Dakota sideline wants a timeout. 62-60 your score. 3 ticks, under 3 minutes left to go in regulation. What a ball game here tonight on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. So glad you decided to tune us in. If you've missed any portion of tonight's contest, or maybe want to watch the Dakota Cougars girls team who played in the first game of this doubleheader, best way to do that is online. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the Chippewa Valley Sports page on YouTube. By subscribing to it, you'll get reminders once all of our videos are available to you online, sent directly to your email inbox. And have plenty of action for you all season long, an action-packed schedule the rest of the way. Dakota's 5 on the floor. Watson, Colpert, Lyons Jr., Hines, and Williams. Countering for the Crusaders, Cook, Kozel, Caldwell, Alfredo, and DeMar Howard. Kozel catches, makes his way to the front court, directly in front of his visitors' bench. Hits a screen, backs his defender down. That's Hines, finds Howard for the lay-in. And they're gonna say Cook stepped out of bounds. Nearly a costly turnover there for the Cougars. Every possession from here on out is huge. Possession arrow favors LCN. Colpert to throw things in directly in front of his assistant coaches. Head coach Paul Toko on his feet, looking on. Not much he can do. It's all in the hands of his players now. Tobias Williams, hands off. Triple from the corner, pocket is good. Owen Colbert. 64-63. Howard catches, waits for a trailing teammate. That's Cook. Cook asks for a screen from Caldwell. Gets it, now turns it down. Howard's left alone. He goes up with a two-hand flush. Back and forth we go. Where we end up, who knows? 66-63. Hines calls it out. Tosses it over to Watson. Dumps it down to the big man, Tobias Williams. Baseline drive, no call. Alfred, floater, no good. Battle for it on the floor. Tie up. Possession arrow, LCN. Coach Toko wanted a foul call. They said the block was clean. Official on this near side said, nope, it was a clean block. 84 seconds remaining in regulation. LCN with that three-point lead. Dangerous pass. Who touched it last is going to be the call here. And they're going to say LCN basketball. Levert Lyons Jr. colliding there with Adam Cook on the inbound pass. It's kind of a do-or-die play. So now this basketball come all the way into the LCN backcourt. They'll bring Caleb Thomas in. Cook catches. Cook in front of the Cougar bench. Goes cross court to Drew Kozel. Kozel's got to get it across the timeline. He does. Gives it off to Thomas. Three-point lead for LCN. 65 seconds remaining. LCN technically could hold here for the remaining minute. Cougars with 7 fouls. You didn't need to take that shot. Oh, no. Coach Seletsky puts both hands on top of his head. Caldwell did not need to take that shot. There's a minute on the clock. You could have bled it down. And now Dakota will take a timeout. Oh, an ill-advised shot by Juan Caldwell. You had to force the Cougars' hand defensively. Cougars have 2 more fouls to give before the double bonus. LCN, their next foul will put the Cougars to the line for 2. We'll see if that matters here with 43 seconds. It'll be Cougar basketball coming out of the timeout. The inbound pass will come directly in front of us on this sideline. Boy, oh boy, we have had 2 excellent MAC Red contests back-to-back here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. I can't remember a back-and-forth contest as good as this one in quite some time. 2 really evenly matched teams putting on a display of excellent basketball here tonight. Feel fortunate to call it. Hope you're enjoying it. Get the sense that this gymnasium is just getting ready to explode on a Cougar make. Tobias Williams leads all scorers with 22. Levert Lyons Jr. has done his job with 16. See who the offense goes through here. It'll be Kelvin Watson the inbound, able to toss it into the backcourt if they so choose. Isaiah Hines with 4 points will run the point. Will be guarded by Lorenzo Alfred. They'll put Drew Kozel on the inbound, and they won't do much with it. Hines has it. Goes over to Colpert. Colpert to Levert Lyons Jr. And pass, last touch by LCN. Ooh, close call. Tobias Williams knew that ball was tipped, so he didn't go after it. 33.9 seconds left. Hines ripped through. Colpert on the wing. Colpert tacks the basket, it's blocked. DeMar Howard partially blocked it. Kept alive by Williams. Hines' 3 is no good. Williams comes down with the board. Up top to Levert Lyons Jr. 3 on the way by Watson, short. Watson gets his own miss. In and out three's no good. They got a foul. The Cougars will, and it'll be Kozel to shoot 1 and 1. Couple opportunities for the Cougars on the offensive end, and they couldn't cash in. Hines had a try. Watson had a couple. Couldn't knock it down, and now the big front end of a 1 and 1. Drew Kozel, 21 points, nothing here in the fourth. Biggest free throw of his young varsity career is in and out, no good. Williams with the board. They tie up. What's the call? What's the call? This is big. It's going to be a foul on the floor for LCN. DeMar Howard. So this will put the Cougars on the line with 5.8. They trail by 3. Double bonus. That was a 10th team foul on LCN. So you put Tomias Williams here to the line to shoot 2. You hope perhaps he makes the first. Do you purposely then miss the second, or do you just make both and foul and extend the game? That's what both teams are going to talk about here. Lots of different scenarios could play out. More than likely, you want Williams maybe to hit both, make it a 1-point game, and put LCN directly back at the free throw line. 8 team fouls on the Cougars, don't forget. So it's still a 1 and 1 situation for LCN, the next trip down the floor for them. Drew Kozel could have essentially ended it at the free throw line, and he missed the front end of a 1 and 1. So it'll be 2 shots coming out of the timeout for Tomias Williams. The Cougars, trailed by 8 heading into the fourth quarter, have scratched and clawed their way back into this basketball game. The lead swelled up into the double digits, but the Cougars just refuse to go away. It's going to be a tough loss for either one of these schools here tonight. Williams out on the floor. LCN taking their time, breaking the huddle. "22 points tonight for Williams. Coach Toko crosses his arms, watches as Williams hits the first. More than likely, if Williams makes the second, the Cougars will call an immediate timeout. Williams off the front end. It's a scramble. It's a loose ball. The possession arrow favors the Cougars. Possession arrow favors the Cougars. Coach Toko gonna call a timeout. So Williams missed the second freebie. There was a scramble for the loose ball, a tie-up, and the alternating possession arrow favors the Dakota Cougars. So Dakota gonna talk things over. Coach Seletsky seeking an explanation from the referees. Can't imagine what that might be about. Cougars, in the meantime, are diagramming their play coming out of this timeout. It's a full timeout. Perhaps Coach Jay Seletsky wants to know where the ball is going to be inbounded. And it's going to be inbounded along the baseline.
Cougars by 4.
66-64. 2.3 seconds remaining. Only fitting that this basketball game comes down to the final shot. I don't know if my voice has got an overtime period in it. We'll find out shortly. Does Dakota go for the tie, or do they go for the win here on their home floor? Some dribble drive penetration towards the basket perhaps. They are in the double bonus, so 2 free throws the rest of the way. Sturkey Levert Lyons Jr., Hines, Watson, and Williams, the 5 on the floor that come out of the huddle for Dakota. It'll be Watson to inbound. You gotta watch for Williams on a little bit of a putback, perhaps. That's where they're going. They immediately lob it in, and Sturkai was nudged. Sturkai didn't anticipate the pass coming to him. Williams caught it and tried to shovel it quickly to Sturkai, but Sturkai got bumped and was taken out of the play completely. And LCN comes in and steals one away from the Cougars. Final score 66-64. They went with a little bit of a heave to Tamias Williams, who caught the ball near the free throw line and tried to shovel a quick pass over to Sturkai for the final shot. Sturkai didn't anticipate, couldn't get the shot off, and LCN comes away victors. Once again, your final score, 66-64. Crusaders improved to 6-3. They pick up their first MAC Red victory of the season to go 1-2. The Cougars fall to 4-5 and straight up 500 in league play at 2-2. Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our hardworking Chippewa Valley Cable television crew, everybody in the live truck, including our 2 cameramen up top. I'm Brad Fetter saying goodnight one final time from Dakota High School. The Crusaders from LCN come in and win it. Your final score, 66-64. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Chippewa Valley Cable.